Efforts surrounding the reduction of greenhouse gas emissions within the energy transport sector poses many challenges to many countries. As the Greater Vancouver Design Team, we were tasked to repurpose a pipeline design in accordance with the Canadian federal government climate emergency motion to achieve a full net zero energy system in Canada with the due consideration of the transition period of infrastructure over the next 30 years. Our team finalized a design to fully achieve the value proposition. The specifications designed for our project solution included a 50-year lifespan for our pipeline, complete net zero emissions, equivalent energy transport, enhanced efficiency and safety within the pipeline. Our design is a biofuel pipeline that will utilize fuels from waste crops to transport biogas through the pipeline to generate energy. By using grown crops, a fermentation process will create bioethanol that will be transported throughout the pipeline. The energy produced by plant matter is considered to be carbon neutral, comparatively reducing greenhouse gas emissions within this sector effectively.
This section of the project focuses on the efficiency and viability of a biofuel created from wheat byproducts. The first image on the slide shows a map of the ALR, or Agricultural Land Reserve in BC, an area of approximately 12 million acres kept solely for agricultural purposes. The green area in the second image gives an overview of where wheat can be grown in Western Canada. As shown by the listed points on the slide, starting with the energy output of bioethanol, we are able to calculate the total land area in acres needed to completely replace the energy output of a fossil fuel pipeline. The final result shows a need for approximately 15 million acres of land growing wheat to create an equivalent amount of bioethanol. A further calculation was researched and performed to verify the greenhouse gas neutrality of our project. By growing 15 million acres of wheat throughout Alberta and BC, we would be able to completely overshadow any greenhouse gas production throughout any step of our project.
Usage of biofuels can affect the human race both positively and negatively. Some examples of positive effects are firstly, reduction of poverty, and secondly, reduction of carbon dioxide emission, which can cause cleaner air. On the other hand, the negative effects are firstly, adversely affect on food security, nitrate and phosphate runoffs onto waterways, and thirdly, intoxication of laborers due to toxic crops. Alongside the new economic opportunities, production of biofuels helps with possible reduction of greenhouse gas emissions as well as enhancement of energy security. The greatest impact of biofuel crops on biodiversity is through direct or indirect conversion of natural land covers such as forests, grasslands, and wetlands. Conversely, some crops such as hollow peas have the risk of soil salinization, and as mentioned before, water pollution is a negative impact of biofuels on the environment.
Maintenance and durability has become a growing concern in terms of cost and liability, especially in very remote regions. However, there are solutions to these problems. Monitoring leakages in pipelines helps reduce unnecessary workload and maintain sustainability. This can be done through sensors linked with some sort of central data management system. Understanding fluid dynamics helps predict the speed of flow across different areas such as T-junctions, straits, and elbows and how it can be controlled. This also includes computations to measure time, velocity, and density of biofuel. Lastly, we introduced modular design, which involves subdividing the entire system into modules. Each of the components of the pipeline are built and tested to reduce errors.
The economic impact from our final design brings the potential to create 400,000 jobs for local and non-local people. These jobs will consist through farming, maintenance, construction, transportation, research, and more. These jobs will help local and provincial economy with reducing overall greenhouse gas emissions, therefore saving in GHG emission taxes. With all that being said, it will provide local people with cleaner, more efficient, and cheaper energy source. The legislation C12 promises to be more aggressive towards cutting greenhouse gas emissions by 2030 and get Canada to net zero emission by 2050. Even though biofuel project is an extremely expensive project, it is very quick to be done. It only takes 3 to 4 years if the necessary sources are available.
There are many active biofuel projects that are currently operating around the globe. The leading countries in biofuel production are the US, Brazil, Argentina, Germany, and China. With all these countries getting involved, major corporations such as Shell, the Renewable Energy Group, and ExxonMobil have all decided to fund certain projects. For example, ExxonMobil has spent over $250 million in biofuel production and are aiming to produce 15,000 gallons of biofuels per acre of crops farmed. In addition, in 2019 alone, biofuels accounted for a total of 9% of the world's total energy usage. Again, in the transportation industry, biofuels also contributed 9% of the total fuels used and are also increasing steadily by 3% every single year.
Our project has met all the caveats set by the client's value proposition statement, as well as fitting in well with our own user requirements and engineering specifications list. Our design idea has an estimate base life of 50 years and includes functional modularity, allowing for defective pieces to be switched out with ease. Not only does our design idea have net zero emissions, the wheat planted will remove another 40 billion kilograms of CO2 from our atmosphere each year if run at an equivalent energy output of a natural gas pipeline. One of the few downsides that isn't solved by our bio pipeline is the risks of spills and leakages, since ethanol is still harmful to the environment. A final target our pipeline met was keeping us Canadians in mind, and does so beautifully by creating a multitude of new jobs, thereby stimulating our economy and standard of living. Thank you.